versus Panthers. So Atlanta is favored by 3, which seems a little bit low to me. So I'm actually going to take Atlanta in this case because I think that point spread is low. So here's what I'm looking at. First off, the model likes Atlanta with about 79% chance of winning, which comes out to almost a 10-point spread. That's just correlation. When you look at the raw points, 24-13, and quite frankly, particularly on the 13 points, when you look at the last several games, I mean, pretty much all the games. I mean, the last several games, 18? They scored 18 points is the most that they scored against Tampa Bay, and they lost. The most they scored this season is 27. So the Carolina offense, when they drafted Bryce Young, they swung and missed. He just doesn't look like he's coming around this year. Atlanta may not necessarily have done a whole lot better in their draft of quarterback, but their offense as a whole is doing better. So, they look good against Tampa, even though they lost. They didn't look good against the win against New York, but they did look good against New Orleans. They are a mediocre team. They certainly have some streaks of not doing good, but then they also have some rays of there might be something there. So we'll see how that goes. I think part of the point spread is it's a home game for Carolina, and I'm guessing that someone's saying that okay, maybe they should win at least 2, but all in all, Carolina is not a good team. Atlanta, I think, is a middling level team. They've got a good defense, as we see there, and a mediocre offense. Let's go ahead and look at the performance charts. One of the big things that we see Atlanta is they've been running the ball pretty consistently. When you look over here at the passing yards for Carolina, I think that is probably garbage yards, at the end of the game to when the defense is just trying to run down the clock and, they give up, an extra 40, 50 yards to kind of get to the end of the game there. I don't think that those numbers aren't even very good. They're about as good as Atlanta, but you see this over here with Atlanta. It just shows a bit more of that uptick, that possibility. Then we come over here to the bottom right. You definitely see that Atlanta, again, these explosive plays, those are running and passing. So you see a bit more explosion over there as compared to not nearly as much from Carolina. And then also you're also seeing from Carolina a bit more of the interceptions, and quite frankly, the sacks over here are just ridiculous for Carolina. So you're not going to win many games when your quarterback's getting planted. He's a rookie quarterback who's struggling on the reads anyhow. I'm guessing that he just isn't making that jump to making the reads, and he's getting caught in the backfield with the blitzes, and then he panics, he's throwing the ball away, and when he does make completions, they're of the variety that are short and really limits that explosive play capability. So whereas Atlanta, again, when we look at Desmond Ridder, he suffers some of the same issues, but he's not getting sacked as much. And I think they've got a stronger running game for him to rely on. So, anyhow, if you like what you listen to, click like and subscribe. If you've got questions, comments, drop me a note. And have a good weekend.